So I recently watched Birds of Prey. Based off the DC Comics superhero team of the same name, this movie is the 8th and newest installment of the DC Extended Universe, acting as a direct follow-up to 2016's Suicide Squad. I was cautiously optimistic about Birds of Prey. I mean, this movie was a follow-up to my least favorite DCEU movie, continuing the adventures of Harley Quinzel, aka Harley Quinn. I never thought she was a bad character, but I wasn't that invested in her. In addition, I wasn't that familiar with the Birds of Prey. The only exposure that I had to them before this movie was the early 2000s Birds of Prey TV series and various homages from across the Arrowverse. I went into Birds of Prey hoping that it would at least be an entertaining experience. Now that I've seen this movie, I can safely say that my expectations were significantly surpassed. Seriously, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Before I continue, I would like to emphasize that this video will contain spoilers for Birds of Prey. If you haven't watched this movie and you don't want to be spoiled, stop watching this video and go watch Birds of Prey. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn was one of the better parts of Suicide Squad, and I thought she once again did a good job playing this fan-favorite character. I like how it continued the trend of having Harley distance herself from the Joker and become a character in her own right. She was very funny, too. I also liked the other characters. I especially enjoyed Helena Bertinelli, aka the Huntress. Portrayed by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I thought it was cool to see her wage a one-woman war against the mobsters who slaughtered her entire family. I also liked how she was socially awkward at times. In addition, I was a fan of Dinah Lance, aka Black Canary. Portrayed by Jurnee Smollett-Bell, Lance was another force to be reckoned with. I found it interesting how she was initially working to stop Roman Sionis, aka Black Mask, from the inside. She's also a great fighter. Speaking of Sionis, Ewan McGregor did an amazing job playing this movie's main antagonist. He was simultaneously an insecure brat and a disgusting monster. I think the one scene that perfectly emphasized this duality was when he misinterpreted a woman laughing at a joke as her making fun of him, so he humiliates her in front of everyone else. The action scenes were great too. Fitting, considering that they got the same stunt coordinator from Deadpool 2 and John Wick Chapter 3. I think my favorite action scene was the one where Harley broke into the GCPD to get Cassandra Cain, fighting both police officers and Black Mask's goons. This movie was also very funny. I especially enjoyed Harley initially holding a grudge against Renee Montoya for the tragic loss of her egg sandwich. Maybe it's because I knew Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi and Rodney Copperbottom, but Sionis dropping F-bombs left and right was also hilarious. That all being said, Birds of Prey isn't perfect. I think that the title is a little too verbose. I mean, it's Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. I think Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey would have been a much better title. In addition, I feel like I should talk about how this version of Cassandra Cain is nothing like her comic book counterpart. This Cassandra Cain isn't a deadly assassin trained from birth, but a pickpocket in foster care who just happened to steal from Sionis. Now, I wasn't personally too bothered by this, but I understand why Cassandra Cain fans were. I don't blame Ella J. Basco either. She was hired to play this role, and she did a pretty good job. Anyway, these are all my thoughts on Birds of Prey. Once again, I'm perfectly fine with anyone remotely disagreeing with me, as long as they're being civil and their opinions aren't rooted in bigotry.
Hello, I see that you have reached the end of this video. If you liked what you just saw, you can give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter at DialogueNerdy. If you really want to, you can also ring the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video.